Well, the tragedy also has people here in the East talking to 9 on Your Side's Kelsey O'Donnell joins us tonight. Kelsey, how have the people that you've been talking to, how are they reacting to the news?
Well, Madison, there really are no words to put this devastating time to make it any better. But as you're about to see, people around here are feeling the same way.
You know, I thought it was fake, but as I went through Twitter and went through ESPN, the heartbreaking news was delivered to me, and it was right before we went to go play a game. So it just hurt. Because that's someone we grew up with childhood. Before you threw stuff away, you screamed Kobe.
It makes me feel kind of sad, like I said, because he shows a lot of support and love for the players that's playing now, and for him to pass away like that. So.
I was very in disbelief. I didn't really believe that it just happened. I was very sad as well. I wanted to cry, but tears didn't really come out because Kobe was one of my favorite players growing up.
It was a sad day. I really wanted to leave the gym, honestly. It just shows you that no matter how much money you have, no matter how big of an impact you put on something, you know what I'm saying, it can go just like that. So.
It doesn't matter necessarily who you are, but your time can always come, and it's just really sad to think about that,
Kids these days, I hope they go back and look at the generational talent he was and take that into their minds when they're crafting their game for the future.
Madison, I was in disbelief. I know we were together this afternoon when you got the notification on your Apple Watch, and I jumped up from my seat and ran back over to my desk to confirm this, to try and get it on our website. And it
Absolutely. Neither one of us believed it. We were sitting there talking about completely unrelated things, and I got the notification, and we both kind of looked up and said, wait a second. Really? Kobe Bryant is this actually who we're talking about today? And it's really cool, though, to see those young people, how much they understand the impact that he's made on basketball, probably even before their time a little bit. And that's, I think, a really cool thing to know that, future generations hopefully will still remember the impact that he has made on the sport.
Right, and I do think it's important to realize that before he was an athlete, he was a son. He's a father, he's a brother, and he's a mentor for so many people out there. Even myself, I grew up idolizing this athlete that now is gone, and life is just so precious. You never know.
Absolutely. And it has everyone talking here in the East nationally, but also across into the sports world. Our Nolan Knight is following what people are saying. Nolan, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Kobe Bryant was an inspiration to a lot of people and was a big asset to the sport of basketball. And a former MVP and 5-time NBA champion, had many more accolades than just those. He was praised and loved around not just the league, but the globe. The news was a shock to everyone who follows this sport. The reaction today tells the story. The Denver Nuggets and Houston Rockets had a game a mere 2 hours after the news broke, and this was the scene before the game.
The NBA and the game of basketball will mourn this loss together. Please join us in a moment of silence for Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, Mamba.
The Spurs and Raptors also had a game shortly after the tragic news broke, and to honor the great Black Mamba who wore the number 24, elected to allow the shot clock to expire, which of course is 24 seconds long, in his memory. Messages were written on shoes, and fans gathered around Staples Center later on today as fans and players mourned the loss of a legend. That'll do it for our first section on Kobe's tragic death. We move on.
Thank you so much, Nolan. Kobe Bryant was a husband to Vanessa Bryant. They had 3 other daughters, including one who was born last June. Kobe Bryant was 41 years old.